Good morning. You all look marvelous. Welcome to Cal State Northridge. My name is William Watkins, Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, and it's my honor to declare open the California State University Northridge commencement ceremony for the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. I ask that you all now please rise, if you are able, and remain standing while the CSUN Jazz A-Band, under the direction of Brandon Muhawi, plays the national anthem, accompanied by vocalist Linda Melendez, and performed in American Sign Language by students from CSUN's graduating class.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets crackling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's give another cheer for Linda. Thank you, and be seated. Before introducing members of the platform party, I would first like to acknowledge the land on which CSUN currently resides. In order to honor the indigenous history and affirm our intent to create authentic relationships and take meaningful actions in support of Native American people in this region, California State University Northridge recognizes and acknowledges the Sesavatam, the first people of this ancestral and unceded territory of Sesavinga that is now occupied by our institution. And it honors their elders, past and present, and the Sesavatam descendants who are citizens of the Fernandino Tatavian Band of Mission Indians. We recognize that the Sesavatam are still here, and we are committed to lifting up their stories, culture, and community. We now take a moment to watch as Mr. Rudy Ortega and Mr. Mark Villaseñor, President and Vice President of the Fernandino Tatavian Band of Mission Indians, share with us their cultural welcome.
Witiako, Haminat, Netawan, Rudy Ortega Jr., Nononi, Tomiyar. Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Rudy Ortega Jr. I'm the tribal president of the Fernandino Tatavian Band of Mission Indians, and I'm here with my family, my two sons, Tomiyar Ortega and Noli Ortega, as well as my cousin, Mark Villaseñor, who's also the vice president of our tribe. We're the first people, descendants of the people of the San Fernando Valley, who are now Fernandino Tatavian. We descend from these villages. And we just want to congratulate all the graduates who are graduating this year, and we want to sing some songs for you. This first song is Paco. It means come and enter, as we welcome everybody for this graduation. The next song is a bear song that we're going to sing as we're in spring and celebrating everyone's graduation. Paco que ma'a, Paco que ma'a, Paco que ma'a, me ay que ma'a, me ay que ma'a, Paco que ma'a, Paco que ma'a, me ay que ma'a, me ay que ma'a. What será, what será, what será, no hunga no será. What será, no, what será, what será, no hunga no será. What será, no, what será, what será, no hunga no será. What será, what será. What será, no hunga no será. Thank you.
Celebrating this occasion with us today and seated on the platform are President Erica D. Beck, members of the President's Cabinet, and university leaders. Also, for the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, we have Dean Dr. Yan Dominique Searcy, Associate Dean Dr. Bo Shu Wu, and department chairs and program directors. First, Vicki Jensen, Criminology and Justice Studies. Dr. Reagan Moss, Geography and Environmental Studies. Dr. Tyler Hughes, Political Science. Dr. Wendy Ashley, Social Work. Associate Dean, Dr. Lauren McDonald for Sociology. Dr. Zeynep Toker, Urban Studies and Planning. Dr. Heinrich Manassian, Program Director for the Masters in Public Administration. And Dr. Brianne Posey, Professor of Criminology and Justice Studies and today's Maceberry. In addition, Faculty President Dr. Michael Neubauer, your Associated Students Vice President Josie Anderson, and CSUN alumnus Aaron Goldenberg. Will all the members of the platform party and special guests please rise and be recognized? Thank you. So graduates, you've made it. This is your day, the day you've worked for so many years. It's finally arrived. Many of you are making history today as the first in your family to graduate college. Yeah, that's a big deal. And all of you have worked very, very hard to earn the opportunity to be at this ceremony. We are here for you, united and delighted in the opportunity to celebrate your accomplishments. So, are you ready? So let's do commencement. We're going to get started now. I bring to you, it's my great privilege to bring to you now, and welcome President Beck to the podium.
Well, good morning, Matadors. We're here to celebrate, right? Let's try it one more time. Good morning, Matadors. As president of California State University, Northridge, it is my great honor to address our graduating class and share some parting thoughts as you turn to a crisp new page in the next chapter of your life's journey. A journey that began for so many of you on the heels of a missed opportunity to celebrate a high school graduation, live and in person, with all of the cheers, fanfare, and festivity that you deserved. So today, we are ready to make up for that loss with all of the pomp and circumstance that we can muster because you have earned it 2 times over. Are you ready to celebrate, Matadors? And what says pomp and circumstance more than that time-honored tradition, the moment that everyone eagerly awaits at commencement time, a very lengthy speech from the president. Not to worry, I will not disappoint. I've trimmed my remarks down to a brief 37 minutes. It's gonna go by in a flash. You laughed a little too hard at that one. And like all of you, I have dressed up for the occasion. Today, I am wearing my sparkly red commencement chucks. They only come out at graduation time, and they are magical. Today, when I click my heels 3 times, you will officially be alumni, and I know you're ready for that. On behalf of CSUN's distinguished faculty and staff graduates, I am overjoyed to congratulate you on the remarkable achievement that we are celebrating today. And as Dr. Watkins indicated, many of you are the first in your family to attend college. So I want to see how many. If you are making history for your family as the first to graduate from college today, would you please stand if you are able and cheer? Well done. We know that for all of our graduates, arriving at this moment took years of dedication and commitment, an experience that unfolded amid a global pandemic, a racial reckoning, and devastating geopolitical and humanitarian crises across the globe. And through it all, you remained committed to your studies and connected to your Matador community. You showed us all what resilience and determination in the face of challenge looks like. And you embodied the very essence of the Matador spirit and a commitment to advancing equity, inclusion, and justice. Words imparted from a president to her graduating class often come in the form of a final lesson, that penultimate opportunity to encapsulate all that you have learned on our campus to prepare you to flourish beyond our doors. But the truth is, you have already mastered every lesson that our faculty has offered, and you have emerged as leaders and role models in your own right. Wherever you were 4 years ago when the pandemic began, graduating high school, in community college, or right here at CSUN on flat screens populated by Zoom boxes, and whatever personal challenges you have experienced, look where you are now. Oh, we should definitely clap for that. Look where they are. They're about to graduate. Your education is a success story because you made it so. You weren't a passive observer in the midst of crisis. You chose to act, to respond, and to advance your ideals, values, and perspectives, even when it was unimaginably hard. And sometimes when it seemed incomprehensible that anyone in their right mind would actually schedule a class at 8 a.m. for Friday. I've heard from a couple of you about that. Your CSUN degree is undeniable evidence of the knowledge you have acquired during your experience here. But in the process, our campus community became immeasurably better because of you. Thank you for showing up fully and authentically for yourselves, your families, and each other. I have every confidence that beyond our doors, you will continue to show up. You will continue to succeed, and you will stand as a beacon of hope for a more compassionate future that embraces our inherent interconnectedness and celebrates the richness of diversity that we all bring to our global community. When you cross this stage, you will emerge on the other side, prepared to make every ounce of your own potential fully realized as you continue to add beauty, wonder, and inspiration to our shared human experience. And while I enjoy my sparkly red commencement chucks, their sparkle pales in comparison to the brilliance found in each of you. We also know that you did not arrive at this moment alone. Your friends and family have devoted themselves, sometimes at great personal sacrifice, to ensure that you made it to this moment. So graduates, let's also celebrate your families and friends with a very big round of applause. Our faculty and staff arrive on our campus every day hoping to facilitate one thing: opportunity. Opportunity in service of a brighter future for us all, because talent lies in every corner of our community. And it is our collective responsibility to ensure that every student who seeks it finds a pathway not only to the doors of higher education, but also to this very commencement stage. So graduates, let's also cheer for the dedicated faculty and staff who have facilitated that opportunity for all of you. Graduates, it has been our tremendous honor to support you in your academic journey and our great privilege to see you realize your educational aspirations. And as I close my remarks, yes, I know you're disappointed. You really hoped they were going to go on for 37 minutes. Know that we are inspired by you and the role you continue to play in helping us realize a brighter and more equitable future. A future in which we hope you will always remember, once a Matador, always a Matador. Stay connected to CSUN, come back often, and help inspire the students who seek to follow in your footsteps. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you, President Beck, for those inspiring words. We are now privileged to hear from a student from the class of 2024 who has been invited to share brief remarks appropriate to this great occasion. I would like to invite Sharon Shashua from the Department of Criminology and Justice Studies to address the graduating class. Come forward, Sharon.
Dear esteemed faculty, proud parents, friends, and fellow graduates, thank you for joining us today as we celebrate the incredible class of 2024. My name is Sharon Shashua, and I am honored to be speaking to you today on behalf of my class as we reflect on our journey through college, especially amidst the challenges of the pandemic. Today, I want to speak about three pivotal themes that have defined our experiences: growth, gratitude, and opportunity. Firstly, let us reflect on the remarkable growth we have undergone during our time at CSUN. Each of us has embarked on a journey of discovery, both academically and personally. Despite starting school amidst a global pandemic, CSUN has remained steadfast in its commitment to providing each student with the education we need. Each obstacle that we encountered presented an opportunity for growth and has pushed us beyond our comfort zones to achieve great things. Through this growth, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to this institution and all those who have supported us along the way. To our professors, mentors, and advisors, thank you for your unwavering dedication to our education and guidance. You have challenged us to think critically, encouraged us to pursue excellence, and inspired us to reach greater heights. To our families, friends, and loved ones, thank you for your endless support and encouragement. You all have been our biggest cheerleaders, and we are internally grateful for everything you have done for us. Finally, I want to talk about the incredible opportunities that CSUN has provided for us. Despite the disruptions and uncertainties, this institution has remained steadfast in its commitment to providing us with world-class education and preparing us for the challenges of the future. From research opportunities to internships, from an incredible selection of student clubs and organizations to be a part of, the possibilities have been endless. As we stand at the brink of a new chapter in our lives, I am confident that the skills and the knowledge and the experiences we have gained here will serve as a solid foundation for whatever the future may hold. Let us embrace this moment with gratitude in our hearts, pride in our accomplishments, and excitement for the journey ahead. As we step into the world as graduates of this esteemed institution, let us remember the lessons we have learned, the friendships we have forged, and the memories we have made. Congratulations, class of 2024. The best is yet to come.
Thank you, Sharon, for sharing that inspiring message, and congratulations to you. Greetings, everyone. I'm Meera Komaraju and serve the university as Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. The College of Social and Behavioral Sciences would like to give special recognition to those students who have demonstrated outstanding scholarship and other special achievements while at the university. These students may be identified by the honors medallions, cords, and sashes that they are wearing. I ask those graduating with academic and other special honors to please rise if you are able and receive our applause. Thank you. Please be seated. I now invite Dr. Jan Dominic Searcy, Dean for the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, to highlight two students who serve as examples of the excellence and extraordinary achievement that can be found among CSUN's accomplished student body.
Thank you, Provost Kamaraju. Good morning. It is my great pleasure to present two students for additional recognition. Students, when I call your name, please rise if you're able and remain standing while I speak briefly about your accomplishments. The first student is Elizabeth Galbraith. Elizabeth? Okay. Elizabeth is graduating with honors and a degree in urban studies and planning, having transferred to CSUN and maintaining a near perfect grade point average of 3.95. Her class paper on the effects of Airbnbs on the Los Angeles housing market led to her co-authoring a significant research project on the impact of home-sharing ordinances on rents in Los Angeles using spatial autoregression analysis. Urban Studies and Planning is not the only department to recognize Elizabeth's extraordinary skill set. She was asked by Professor Rader in the Department of Geography and Environmental Studies to apply her quantitative research and writing skills to identify grassroots organizations in Los Angeles and empower teenagers to become environmental justice advocates. She also greatly impressed her supervisor and coworkers during her internship at the County of Ventura's Human Services Agency. Elizabeth is eager to apply her degree in urban planning by advocating for affordable housing opportunities and environmental justice for Los Angeles residents. CSUN, and especially the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, is extremely proud of our outstanding graduating senior and wish Elizabeth all the success she has earned and deserves for the future. Let's clap it up for Elizabeth. Congratulations. Our next student is Caroline Bauman. There's Caroline. Caroline is graduating summa cum laude with dual degrees in Deaf Studies and Geography and Environmental Studies. She has also completed a research internship at NASA and is actively involved in research with the Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México. That's UNAM. Focusing on investigating spatial disparities in healthcare accessibility and identifying historically underserved communities. Caroline's senior capstone project explores spatial accessibility to American Sign Language classes across Los Angeles County, highlighting her commitment to bridging educational gaps and advancing equity and inclusion. Caroline has also showcased her research at professional conferences, demonstrating her active engagement with the academic community. As president of the Deaf Studies Students Association and the Geographic Honor Society, Caroline has revitalized campus communities and enhanced student engagement and a sense of belonging, which is critical to student success. Her academic achievements, research contributions, and dedication to building community on campus have distinguished her as an extraordinary matador and the College of Education's Wolfson Scholar nominee. Caroline, we're proud of you. Congratulations.
I would now like to invite Provost Komaraju back to the podium to present the candidates for the master's degree.
From the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, the departments and disciplines of Geography and Environmental Studies, Public Administration, Public Sector Management, Sociology, Social Work, Sustainability, and Urban Studies and Planning are represented by the graduates at this ceremony. I ask that all graduates for the master's degree please rise if you are able. President Beck, I have the honor of presenting to you the graduate class of 2024. These candidates have completed the requirements for the master's degree as prescribed by the state of California and the trustees of the California State University, and they have been recommended by the faculty of California State University, Northridge. Candidates, please continue standing as President Beck confers the master's degree upon you.
Yeah, it's super exciting. Upon the recommendation of the faculty of California State University, Northridge, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Geography, Master of Science in Geographic Information Science, Master of Public Administration, Master of Arts in Sociology, Master of Social Work, and Master of Arts in Sustainability. Small but mighty, with all the rights, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations. You may be seated while I now invite back to the podium Dean Searcy to present the candidates for the baccalaureate degree.
From the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, the departments of Criminology and Justice Studies, Geography and Environmental Studies, Political Science, Public Sector Management, Sociology, urban studies and planning are all represented by the graduates in this ceremony. I ask that all the candidates for the baccalaureate degree, if you're able, please rise and remain standing. President Beck, we have the honor of presenting to you the undergraduate class of 2024. These candidates have completed the requirements for the baccalaureate degree as prescribed by the state of California and the trustees of the California State University. And they have been recommended for their degrees by the absolutely phenomenal faculty of California State University, Northridge.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty of California State University, Northridge, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Criminology and Justice Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Geography, Bachelor of Arts in Geographic Information Science, Bachelor of Science in Geography and Environmental Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, Bachelor of Arts in Public Sector Management, Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, and Bachelor of Arts in Urban Studies and Planning. With all the rights, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, congratulations, you may be seated. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium your Associated Students Vice President, Josie Anderson.
Good morning, graduates. I'm so excited to be congratulating you this morning. Having served as your Associated Students Vice President this past year has been an honor, and it's now my privilege to announce the moment that I think everyone has been waiting for, crossing the stage and hearing your name read aloud to signify your accomplishment as a graduate of this incredible university. Are you all ready? Excellent, thank you.
Members of the platform party and the department chairs will now offer congratulations to our degree recipients. I ask that the degree recipients please move to the platform as directed by the marshals. You will be directed to come forward as your name is read aloud while you cross the platform. Afterwards, please return to your seats as directed by the commencement staff. We ask that guests please help by remaining in your seats so that we may proceed in an orderly manner. We remind you that the aisles must be kept open and you're asked to stay in your seats until the end of the ceremony. Yes, that's you. If you're thinking this is about somebody else, it's about you, all right? And out of respect for our graduates and the safety of our guests, noisemakers are not permitted. But the human noisemakers, come on, bring it, all right? As our new CSUN tradition, we will be sharing jubilant fist bumps, and if you want to, you could dance across the stage because you've earned it. Congratulations, all right?
Now reading names from the Department of Social Work.
Maria Sandoval Medina.
Jillian Short.
Erica Best. Allison Dale Cardwell. Alyssa Heath Crook. Carla Ayala. Kobita Ruth Apre. Vika Bernal.
Luis Fernando Quintanilla. Veronica Resendiz.
Cameron Fanashir. Andrea Abrams.
Serena City.
Tyler Duncan. Francis Bonilla Molina.
Mireya Noemi Mayorga. Lori Markman.
Emily Samantha Fuentes Calles. Sarai Gomez. Denise Barcena Mejia. Cynthia Elizabeth Gutierrez.
Yesenia Leon.
Andreina Gallardo.
Lorena Yanez Ramirez.
Natalie Kuyumjian.
Tyra Azadeh Gamgami. Jennifer Alvarado. Sean Dolan. Diego Echaveste Avila.
Yindor Reese.
Cassidy Ray Irene Croteau. Carmen Armijo.
Mercedes Parker. Erica Monique Ramirez. Monique Danielle Quintero.
Erica Luque.
Nubia Gabriela Bandek.
Kyla Rose Lanus.
Iveta Velasquez.
Lara Denise Lanting.
Rosa Napoles Barragan.
Zulema Zamora.
Jennifer Aquino.
Devlin Anthony Diaz. Angelica Juarez. Christina Martinez.
Leah Reeve.
Savannah Mae Davenport.
Debbie Quinteros.
Brandy Maisha Massengale. Jennifer Martinez.
Madeline Sosa.
Jenny Escalante.
Carolina Torres.
Adrian Castellon Robles.
Maria J. Juarez Vasquez.
Elijah Salazar Reyes.
Christian Novello.
Jasmine Yesenia Rodriguez Aguilar.
Andrea Emilia Gonzalez.
Mina Salvati.
Hannah Hall. Trang Fong Lee.
Kelly Lou T.
Maria Fabry.
Richard Perez Gutierrez.
Chance Barkley.
Jocelyn Marie Perez. Sierra Schuler.
Brenda Alicia Aguirre.
Ayana Riley.
Sarah Eloise Sands.
Now reading names from the Department of Geography and Environmental Studies.
Gurucharan Das.
Taylor McGurk.
Emily Jasmine Salinas.
Maxine Crawford.
Sebastian Miller.
Caroline Bauman. Arturo Areola.
Arlen Hartunian.
Alexander Roy Austria Pasqua.
Lisandro Leon.
Dennis Royal Burley.
Fox Winterhalter.
Christopher Brito. Jad Anton Aljersh.
Brian Michael Sazgen.
Karina Aguilar.
Elia Hartman.
Valerie Campos.
Andrea Jacqueline Serna. Rodrigo Palayo.
Fernando Aguirre.
Liseth Ruiz Garcia. Diana Vargas.
Eric Krieger.
Peter W. Eskander.
Charles Kenneth Romero.
Ricardo Kozak. Saba Sharifi.
Now reading names from the Department of Urban Studies and Planning. Cassie Francesca Vickers.
Brian K. Lima.
Shant Dermencian. Ryan Allen. Marcos Fuentes.
Alessandra Sinlau.
Citlali Chavez. James Chavez.
Guillermo Valdez.
Nyasha Masenda.
Nairi Atamian. Elizabeth Galbraith.
Rebecca Thompson.
Guillermo Benitez.
Agustin Sevilla III. Kene Sini.
Robin Denise Finley.
Wyatt Hambrick.
Josh Darrow. Luis Antonio Arias.
Diego Quijada Delgado.
Alex Calvin Gomez Cesena. Ashton Tyler Dollo.
Enrique Sanchez.
Anthony Gutierrez.
Brian Ramirez.
Cameron Younger.
Veronica Castillejo.
Uletzi Rocha.
JC Opiana. Ruby S. Osageda.
Kayleen Hernandez.
Stephanie Gallardo.
Melis Arvoet. Erica G. Ocampo.
Now reading names from the Department of Criminology and Justice Studies. Tiffany Patino de Leon. Orlando Valdez. Christina Isabel Patino.
Mia Munoz. Camille Noel Marshall. Yaneth Andrea Lucero.
Shaylin Watman. Jorge Reyes II.
Dylan Asensio.
Gloria Alejandra Tavares.
Beatrice Guerrero.
Alexa Lazaro.
Marco Ramirez.
Jonathan De Leon Berry.
Emily Joanna Ramos.
Mariana Navarro. Carlos Leyva.
Cameron Dolores Saltis.
Jesus Figueroa. Haley Cornejo.
Alex Schoenefeld.
Paulo Gabriel Mendoza.
Nadalyn Peñalosa. Mayerly Zarai Ramirez Salmaron.
Savannah Ibarra.
John Hydro Garcia de la Rosa.
Natalie Alyssa Rivera.
Elizabeth Marie Barkeen. David Alexander Ariola. Juan Daniel Gonzalez. Leanna Cortez.
Angel David Torres. Jorge Torres. Brian Quiros.
Andy Chuta.
Jennifer Torres.
Francis Albert Monje. Adrian Martinez.
Yvette Fajardo Mila.
Darlene Rosales.
Jose Odilon Montañez.
Emelina Gonzalez.
Kelly Victory.
Caitlin Josephine Hernandez. Kayvon Johnson.
Angelo Puccio. Isaiah Salcedo.
Josue Ariola.
Jose Galarza.
Jonathan Lopez.
Ethan Riegert.
Nathaniel James Marin.
Oscar Alexander Canales Andrade. Luis Delgado.
Armin Meleon. Arpane Kuchurian. Priscilla Jolie Little.
Aaron Kamal.
Maria Fernanda Holguin.
Esmeralda Vasquez. Dipsy Segovia.
Farah Sala. Paula Diaz Vega.
Raven Cheyenne Lennon.
John Armas.
Brian Lopez. Kimberly Lopez Reese.
Arumi Rodriguez. Elizabeth Suarez.
Eileen Angelica Chinchilla.
Daniel Mendoza. Ahmad Bilal Humayun.
Bianca Yasmin Santana.
Nova Cruz.
Myra Alejandra Ceja.
Carmen Pulido.
David Ibrahim. Gabrielle Mahia. Patrick McCollum.
Jocelyn Campos Martinez. Andy Jasmine Gonzalez.
Vanessa Montalvo.
Donna L. Savage. Jacqueline Escobar.
Cindy Mexicanos Maldonado.
Yuvia Perez. Fabio Leonardo Acosta Pires. Brianda Viena Rubalcaba.
Christopher Chavez. David Espina.
Daniela Christine Rivera Rivera. Guadalupe Sarai Terrones. Alondra Sidlali Salcedo Ramirez. Kimberly Gabriela Saavedra.
Brianna Orantes.
Xiaoyu Watts.
Gabriel Benitez Vasquez.
Evelyn Perez.
Karen De La Luz Galarza.
Allison Moriarty.
Maria Sandagdar Montero.
Beata Hitterer.
Emily Cardenas Reyes.
Noraliz Mojica Nieto. Roberto Jose Lopez Chavez.
Avo Tarosian. Stephen Wright.
Armin Kachikian. David Onate. Giovanni Mendez.
Edward Chemichian.
Christopher Sanchez.
Christian Hernandez.
Valerie Carrillo Olson. Denise Flores de Leon.
Christian Gibber Soto. Justin Rodriguez.
Melanie Miranda.
Fabiola Chavez. Jessica Areola. Florentino Gonzalez.
Jesse Soria.
Leilani Hernandez.
Abigail Rodriguez Martinez.
David A. Chio.
Michael Solorzano. Xiomara Villanueva Mendez. Annalie Guadalupe Sanchez. Malik Spurlock. Monica Villanueva.
Rosa Martinez Morales. Jacqueline Islas.
Jocelyn Gonzalez. Kimberly Alejandra Gamero.
Diego Mendoza Martinez.
Isabella DeCoster.
William Makita. Taylor Austin Orshoff.
Jessica Nicole Estrada.
Vanessa Ulloa.
Edwin Ferguson Lang. Isabel Olmos.
Angela Sanchez. Wanda Soto.
Maria Gonzalez.
Julissa Monaco.
Ulises Garcia. Bryant Arellano. Yuritsa Isabel Gonzalez.
Kia Warfield. Anais Stefan.
Eileen Francesca Gores.
Serena Anastasia Martinez.
Ashley Danixa Gonzalez.
Fatima Nasser.
Cesar Jose Rodriguez. David Vasquez.
Edward Jose Morales.
Jamie Chavez Chuvak.
Destiny Janelle Vasquez.
Anessa Campos.
Jacqueline Vanessa Juarez. Hunter Colway.
Michelle Alvarado.
Abigail Navarro.
Sani Ariana Pineda. Andrea Nicole Ramirez.
Marisol Flores.
Alfonso Reynoso.
Alejandra Lopez. Stefania Hernandez. Jade Aileen Mendez.
Melanie Gutierrez. Citlali Chapa Baena.
Ana Karina Ruiz.
Ashley Estrella Guerrero Lopez.
Candace Quinteros.
Natalia Lucas Carballo. Jacqueline Lamas.
Valerie Celeste Uviado. Leslie Rosales Hernandez.
Samantha Cruz.
Sarah McKee. Raheem Jan.
Brianna Rodriguez.
Shayla Aguirre. Francisco Baez.
Lila Martinez.
Montserrat Garcia Cruz.
Cassandra Guadalupe Rincon.
Ronald Kamalali. Andres Lozano.
Fernando Gutierrez Jr.
Jason Rios.
Rebecca Ramirez Vasquez.
Olena Romanenko.
Amandeep Kaur.
Josias Arias.
Kimberly Ojeda.
Elizabeth Lucia Araujo. Yvette Armas. Michelle Danino.
Maggie Mendez Chavez.
Alexis Alvarado Lopez.
Gustavo Ornelas Perez.
Ana Maria Ruano.
Karina Olivera Sanchez Jocelyn. Diana Hernandez.
Lisette Sanchez.
Maria Celeste Escobedo.
Jennifer Liera.
Jorge Avalos Jr.
Jose Manuel Villanueva.
Brandon Luna. Kayla Marie Martinez. Pablo Alfonso Lopez.
Ramon Espinosa Jr. Edleo Contreras.
Hannah Samantha Preciado. Esther Rodriguez.
Myra Gutierrez. Natalie Anaya.
Oswaldo Sandoval. Leonardo Perez Morales.
Cynthia Yvonne Colon.
Victor Onyike Ugorji. Jacqueline Reyes Huerta.
Daisy Jatsiri Montero Iraeta. Christopher Anthony Lubreski. Lilibet Onofre Soto.
Sidlali Rodriguez Ojeda.
Trinam Hassana Chom.
Karina Canales.
Payden Medrano Zarate.
Natalie Angulo.
Tiffany Amber Torres.
Jabneel Damian.
Michelle Kazillian.
Anthony Gomez. Kobe Cohen.
Sharon Shashua.
Gerardo Gonzalez. Robert Avila.
Love Palma Garcia.
Alexandra Meza.
Giovanna Garcia.
Juan Perez Jr.
Aldo Orahel.
Sean Rashmika Ratnagoda Baranduge.
Jesse Garcia. Angela Savannah Aguilar.
Brian Rivas. Andres Poyon Ramos. Brittany Marie Ubeda Ramirez.
Daniela Fernandez Aguila. Jennifer Fernandez. Maya Basham. Douglas Gappinger.
Manuel Leon Jr.
Raymond Gomez Hernandez. Jacqueline Espinoza Lugardo.
Jasmine Martinez.
Leslie Figueroa Ramos. Cesar Armenta.
Kayla Dominique Mayorkin.
Octavio Amaya Pena.
Elian Jacobo.
Ashley Nicole Garcia.
Alexis Zambrana.
Nelly Espinoza.
Paula Noria.
Adriana Rubio.
Ana Lizette Gonzalez. Stephanie Michelle Almaraz Lopez.
Nathan Anthony Mendez. Leah Minasi.
Emily Escandari. Maria Elena Gutierrez.
Carolyn Melissa Hart.
Brittany Flores. Estefany Yatziri Gomez Castaneda.
Christopher Brian Valle.
Jocelyn Chinchilla.
Stephanie Rodriguez.
Tyler Luna.
Alicia Carrasco.
Kimberly Palomera.
Juliana Barrera Montes de Oca. Yadira Banuelos.
Eric Soto Rios. Antonio Ramirez Ortega.
Emilio Diaz. Kevin Carrillo. Stacy Garcia Valadez.
Genesis Villatoro.
Eric Alvarenga. Sam Baez Ortega. Vanessa Garcia Leon.
Jessica Lucio. Eileen Ortiz Becerra.
Enrique Plasencia Gomez.
Kevin Cruz de Leon.
Kimberly Michelle Luqueen.
Eileen Ruano. Angelina Torres Gonzalez. Jasmine Servine Lopez.
Julissa Leyva Diaz.
Nelson Flores.
Elvis Ramirez Garcia.
Samantha Berlin.
Kayla Irene Mendoza.
Kevin Uriel Quiroz.
Estefany Aguilar.
Jeanette Orozco. Jesus David Carrasco.
Vartan Vartaresian.
Allison Dayanara Jimenez Perez.
Lupita Guzman.
Elias Sanchez Vargas.
Suli Coral Ureña Ponce.
Hannah Bustillos. Josie Gonzalez.
Christopher Michael Perez. Lance Williams. Kenneth Sale.
Andre Abuliana. Alyssa Lynette Blanco. Edith Blanco. Gerald Ambriz Vega. Alyssa Marie Garcia. Miguel Chavez. Harris Fareed.
Elizabeth Diana Vela Medrano. Behraz Ranjbari Sesan.
Ezra Joseph Carmona. Kelsey Albino. Edward Corona. Jacqueline Cruz.
John A. Jones.
Cheyenne Zariah Shelton. Eduardo Trejo. Angelica Cecilia Zuniga.
Jolie Elena Alvarez. Stevie Renee Arouse Rich.
Kashmir Red.
Adrian Joseph Alvarez. Jessica Anzurez.
Haven Langford Dale.
Maraf Shihada.
Tiffany Derrick.
Brian Tran.
Joel Carrion.
Nelson Portillo. Benjamin Verheiden.
Lorraine Gonzalez.
Mark Megan.
Now reading names from the Department of Sustainability. Elizabeth Lopez.
Andrew Harbor.
Marissa Christine Tolbert.
Kiara Janelle San Jose Dionisio.
Angelina M. Herrera.
Lilium Gonzalez.
Cristal Solis. Nelson Valdez.
Miran Hovhannisyan.
Dominique Gonzalez.
Darius Burks. Raymaya Dixon.
Fatima Enriquez.
Susan Jocelyn Rebelar.
Evelyn Fuentes.
Melissa Marie Serrano.
Isabel Laura Cruz. Wendy Delgado. Amanda Carey Altamirano. Alejandro Garcia.
Maria Elena Melgoza. Amber Leonard. Robert Nazarian,
Uriel Guillen, Jasmine Lupe Duran,
Andrea Perez,
Stephanie Manzano,
Ana Lilia Urrutia,
Oscar Eduardo Michel Torres,
Claudia Turcios,
Paula Gorakovsky,
Daisy Veronica Arista,
Jocelyn Araceli Marino Hernandez,
Melvin Avasapian,
Jessica Hernandez,
Brenda Elizabeth Campos,
Joanna Rosales,
Celia Gutierrez, Lucia Castaneda, Juliana Guzman,
Karina Rios,
Cynthia Fernandez, Brianna Gonzalez, Gabriela Griego, Selvin Camaros,
Guadalupe Lanuza Bravo,
Carla Shakira Alvarez, Heidi Diane Genter Brewington, Claudia Gonzalez Mira,
Meredith Watson,
Jada Mims, Joshua Ochoa,
Ashley Velasco, Mayeli Rodriguez,
Hasmik Kander John,
Israel Serrano, Brooklyn Pina,
Jason Aviles,
Kira Ramirez,
Lisbeth Saya, Erica Bullard,
Jay Rowan Tanner,
Isabel Salinas Lopez,
Melissa Samantha Garcia, Jessica Daoud, Zayanya Aime Fuentes,
Angelica Giselle Oliveros,
Crystal Rojas,
Emmanuel Ortiz,
Yasmin Orbelina Solares, Brianna Vega,
Mariana Jocelyn Mejia Soto,
Ashley Yayeli Castillo,
Eileen Lemus, Kayla May de los Reyes Jaramillo,
Andrea Favela,
Bianca Torres, Eileen Rojas, Alyssa Ramirez,
Anaí Aguilera, Jennifer Castro Palafox,
Jocelyn Rivera, Stephanie Zavala,
Stephanie Alcaraz Herrera,
Michelle Andrea Zamudio,
Marisol Delgado, Lisette Garcia,
Shannon Joanne Saunders,
Azaria Knox,
Abigail Donnelly, Stephanie Guadalupe Guardado, Lisa Elena Becerra, Noé Estrada,
Ryan Yoon,
Clarence Lauren,
Hannah Gielen,
Haley Roberts,
Rumana Mim,
Carla Gomez Hurtado, Haley Gisela Garcia,
Karen Lopez,
Nancy Gonzalez, Kenya Victoria Aguirre,
Christine Celia Isararas, Stephanie Hernandez Toc, Gregory Herrera, Clarissa Isabel Jimenez.
Laura Perez.
Angie Flores.
Alondra Ibarra. Nicole Ilagan. Wendy Mazariegos Valencia.
Wendy Dominguez Reyes. Veronica Irene Fuentes.
Ashley Rodriguez.
Emmanuel Martinez.
Damian Dorado. Siham Al-Shawa. Lilith Gevorkian.
Michael Mesri.
Parmida Davarpana. Lillian Louise Alfonso. Katie Bojorquez. Jacqueline Alonso.
Ashley Jimenez.
Omafe Ito.
Jenny Kim.
Laura Castellon.
Eileen Ebeth Segovia.
Taylor Carlson.
Alonzo Gonzalez. Monique Alvarado.
Catherine Pacheco Cervantes.
My love Deschanel Brown. Montgomery Green.
Denise Rodriguez.
Brisa Guadalupe Garcia.
Dara Abigail Mendez.
Tiffany Pezeshkan.
Cristel Capi Romero. Eric Caceres.
Gabriele Morales.
Paulina Roman Valdez.
Brianna Franco Loera.
Leslie Juarez Sagastume.
Jacqueline Yepes Garibay.
Judith Martinez.
Salma Flores. Lauren Ashley Arcelius.
Ronald J. Serrano.
Kimberly Yvette Cristales.
Christian Zepeda Gutierrez.
Jasmine Carlos.
Madison Ketterling. Dylan Haratunian.
Ani Demerchan.
Jalen Waters.
Ashley Hernandez.
Adrian Gus Omarino.
Kevin Juan Romero Murillo. Michelle Perez de Aro. Juanita Sadsad.
Hector Felix. Max Antonacci.
Rochelle Tenorelli.
Ariel Morales.
Jael Melissa Escobedo Barona.
Meredith Lemus.
Tiffany Valeria Castro. Alice Gazazian.
Yuki Iwashiro.
Elena Karina Vizcara. Brian Urbina. Tsuyoshi Shibata. Taylor Williams.
Veronica Gregorian. Amalia Isabella Gamboa. Natalie Vanessa Alfaro. Jared Maurice Belanger. Larisha Frederick.
Sophia Petra Santana.
Emily Lorenzana. Roman Lopez Mojares.
Misak Palanjan.
Lisbeth Araceli Hernandez. Yadira Lopez.
Savannah Beltran.
Kayla Smith.
Therese Munoz. Jude Loeb. Sitlali Mesa.
Ladavia Williams.
Kristen Klabundi.
Kathy Beltran.
Robert Velez.
Andrea Mendez.
Nancy Syens.
Serena Estrada.
Elisa Vasquez.
Damon Feary.
Christopher Trujillo.
Natalie Cabrera.
Samantha Juarez Murcia.
Kiara Gonzalez.
Shamaria Williams.
Daniel Chan.
Joanna Quijano.
Carla Correa. Isabel Figueroa.
Madison McKenzie.
Christina Coronado. Jocelyn Torres.
Vivian Mariscal. Kimberly Lomeli.
Chelsea Sandoval. Alexis Rodriguez. Rochelle Sanick.
Marbella Landa.
Jessica Alvarado.
Crystal Nuno.
Jennifer Gomez.
Christy Lynn Elizabeth Locke.
Karen Ibeth Arellano Perez.
Maria Ramirez.
Shaylee Guadalupe Osorio.
Andrea Delgado. Alexander Aguilar.
Kevin Palacios. Gabriela Lorena Salinas.
Andrea Daisy Carrillo Gonzalez.
Stella Blue Hochberg.
Alexa Leah Arteaga.
Andy Ramos. Emily Polanco.
Griselda Cruz Lazaro. Maya Gonzalez Alba.
Daniela Brooke Vargas. Maria Ruiz.
Sarah Dorman.
Jillian Model.
Jacqueline Benitez. Jordan Goldstein. Margarita De Bruyne.
Amanpreet Mangat.
Narbe Zakani.
Carlos Alexander Flamenco.
Anelli Hernandez.
Faith Chacon.
Melanie Sultanian.
Azusa Kada.
Giselle Cedeno.
Joanna Sabreros.
Samantha Lukin.
Amalia Boyd. Karina Lizette Grimaldo Huerta. Berenice Bautista Suarez.
Ashley Elizabeth Ramos. Carlos Velasco.
Jesse Fazio.
Kaylin Oriana.
Jack Lawrence Bissell. Randy Villaros Bautista. Brandon Goldstein.
Roxana Lopez Garcia.
Jennifer Russell.
Jose Ernesto Albor.
Adali Elvira Umanya.
Francis Lara. Jasmine Marie Hernandez. Viviana Nunez Dominguez.
Amy Castillo.
Brianna Corinne Mello. Daniel Jimenez.
Cynthia Perez. Jocelyn Vences.
Jocelyn Thais Guzman.
Marlene Rodriguez.
Valerie Seja.
Phoenix Talavera Santiana.
Yvonne Yolanda Merida. Kathleen Ortiz Sanchez.
Nina Ariana Allen.
Emily Ruiz Munoz. Leslie Rubio.
Michelle Banuelos. Ivan Gonzalez.
Jordan Oury.
Clarice Orocho. Priscilla Arellano. Fernando Estrada Ortiz, Ryan Dominguez, Emily Jacqueline Gomez,
Sarah Anaí Landaverde Martinez,
Alejandra Solis, Donna Evelyn Sandoval,
Catherine Cobrasi,
Esmeralda Salvador Perez,
Luis
Carla
Alvarez,
Mariela Alvarado, Rodolfo David Araujo, Lisette Esparza, Karen Galvin, Christine Avetisian,
Jonathan Olguin,
Senia Cornejo,
Andy Mendez, Braulio Moncada,
Yendi Santiago, Jose Sandoval,
Jasmine Flores,
Tadevik Hovanesian,
Noel Ann Copeland,
Kayla Paredes, Ariana Christine Robles de Paz,
Arpi Hirapetian,
Wendy Quinones,
Mariana Castaneda,
Jose Pena, Alexandra Soriano,
Jose Lopez, Haikanush Martirosian,
Anjane Pogas,
Liana Gomez, Michelle Gillen,
Masako King,
Gabriela Contreras Ayala, Elada Bell,
Ana Delia Prado,
Brianna Delilah Olguin,
Jocelyn Esmeralda Benavides,
Taylor Roberts,
Latravia Zakila Maxwell, Charisse Anita Nash, Paloma Jaramillo Marin,
Walter Green Eyes Gramajo,
Now reading names from the Department of Political Science. Stefanos Ramhorst,
Talar Minasian,
Jonathan K. Goldenberg, Aaron Badirian, John Al-Laham,
Deja Irene Lombardi,
Dominic Parker, Itzel Poole,
Destiny Hernandez Ramos, Maria Fernanda Lopez Polanco, Emily Oriana, Alexandra Karasik, Joshua Karasik, Andre Kislian,
Jasmine Saucedo,
Karina Mateos,
Luis Tapia,
Noah Castro,
Corbin Jenkins,
Jonathan Vera,
Madison Alexis Omiotek, Adriana Gabrielle Herrera,
Amaris Sandoval,
Jasmine J. Barrientos,
Monet Villalobos,
Sofia Dominguez,
Jasmine Nelson, Layla Khoury, Paris Hendricks,
Elizabeth Garcia Perales, Maylee Flores, Austin Delgado,
Emmanuel Parker, Connor Sapelli,
Natalie Adie, Anthony Chiravelli, Jabek Bautista,
Maria Trubach, Carlos Rodriguez, Fidel Torres Karakinian,
Yervon Garunian,
Hannah Lee Kelsey, Micah Maddie,
Kai Childers, D'Amico Banks, Ashley M. Sobreros,
Brenda Ramirez Mora, Rachel Naomi Rojas Garcia,
Ulises Gonzalez,
Tony Inson,
William Ivan Guardado Jr., Genesis Campos,
Ryan Lawrence Shelton, Emily Paul,
Alberto Aguilar, Duchess Precious Garnett Childs,
Mauricio Neira,
Christopher Anthony,
Rosalina Tariquez, Malanis Panosian, Michael Jesus Serrano,
Hanvid Kim,
Maria Saavedra,
Valeria Lopez Rodriguez,
Noah Dihe,
Melissa Martinez,
Cuauhtemoc Delgado,
Ivane Joel Peña,
Ollie Fiorentino, Golden Batchelder,
Crystal Hernandez, Ronnie Ismailian,
Tiffany Chavez,
Mark Pratt,
Kaylee Nicole Lopez Garcia,
Jaime Miguel Gonzalez de la Cruz, Lucas Bautista,
Giovanni Sierra, Lisbeth Lourdes Sanchez,
Julissa K. Gutierrez,
Brianna Ruelas,
Eugene Miranda,
Monica Barragan Tapia,
Ismail Kabalaki,
Minor Argueta,
Angel Emanuel Marquez, Ivan Nathan,
Dennis Brodsky,
Grecia Melgarejo Santos,
Sarai Chamu,
Catherine Valle, Alex Quintero, Sergio Suazo Lepe, Tyler Way, Candy Salamanca, Christopher Leonardo Sosa,
Eric Estrada,
Allison Walker,
Anthony Green,
Hernan Lopez,
Anna Karen Estrada,
Alexander Daniel Medina, Jasmine Mendez,
Emma Bella Abramian, Claudia Flores,
Chelsea Mejia Santana,
Carla Stephanie Espinosa Leon, Gustavo Josue Gonzalez, Alexis Cervantes, Stephen Garcia,
Ryan Park,
Ana Luna,
Melissa Anayi Espinoza,
Maggie Strike,
Jennifer Beristain,
Calliope Rosner,
Jessica Martikian,
Endeavor Anderson,
Brooklyn Martin, Sean Harris,
Andrea Cardenas, Jasmine Acevedo,
Saul Salazar,
Narmeen Bajati,
Jonathan Ivan Perez Arteaga,
Gayane Mikaelian, Jessica Hernandez, Pedro Bryant Narvaez,
Arno Makarian,
Sona Gazarian, Mary Darbinian, Rafi Azarian, Andre Alexandrov,
Miran Karapagosian, Connor McKenzie, Isabella Meza,
Mario Escalante Jr.,
Lauren Ramos,
Joshua Brandon Anketa, Jonathan Carmeli,
Julian Lopez, Michael Kashishian, Rafi Matosian,
Diego Gutierrez,
Irvin Perez,
Wendy Ortiz, Alejandro Martinez Lopez,
Roger Bethelme, Isabel Duran, Bianca Campos Serna, Savannah Shaylin Fate,
Laura Sanchez,
Kristen Granados, Jody Chow Chu Chen,
Sofik Shahumian,
Belinda Butcher,
Kevin Francisco Reyes,
Alejandra Margarita Munoz,
Calecita Lalile,
Kelly Cross,
Eric Painter,
Miriam D. Cifuentes,
Rolando Villa, Daniela Valencia,
Lonnie Bulatao Espiritu,
Lorena Salinas,
Crystal Catherine Leon,
Nicole Dolly Anderson,
Jasmine Renee Willis,
Now reading the names from the Department of Public Administration.
Garrett Olgin,
Blessing Chioma Ugueze,
Sandy Fajardo, Bobby Ortega, Susu Chan,
Ani Manasa Ganyan, JJ Lamas,
Roselito Rosel, Persian Petrov, Dan Yan Yao, Aishin Iris Jung,
Damian Farhad Henson,
Desiree Ward, Emma Ray Perez, Mariela Yanakieva,
Ricardo Lopez,
Krishna Anil Panchal,
Adriana Lara,
Sabrina Pomogas, Jacqueline Rackerby, Julio Alexander Ramos,
Brian Angel Lozada,
Jonathan Guerra, Margarita Chong,
Jacqueline Sanchez,
Lynette Alfaro,
Giselle Ramos, Reina Elizabeth Robles,
Daisy Contreras,
Robert A. Lopez, Sakira Monique Haynes, Stephanie Hernandez,
Evelyn Rodriguez Camarena,
Nanor Jinbashian,
Veronica Perez, Lourdes Gomez Rumbo,
Jacqueline Bogosian, Leslie Avila, Marina Soliman Alzayat, Kimberly Ruby Estrada,
Nancy Rivera, Brian Pinto,
Agnes Orugian, Kanar Christian Kulagian,
Shake Christina Garajian, Tamra Butler,
Christine Sue, Jocelyn Rodriguez,
Nadia Manzanares,
Nicole Gutierrez,
Luz Ramirez, Valeria Romo Mercado,
Connie Jongsuk Huang, Katidia Haro,
Jessica Elise Castellanos,
Brenda Hernandez,
Kelsey Pennington, Brian Santos, Dunia Perich,
Patricia Juarez,
Melitza Chinchilla.
Maricela Lopez.
Edith Bedoya Aristizabal. Veronica Gandara.
Vanessa Molina.
Jacqueline Alcantar.
Jennifer Melendez Padilla.
Norma Patricia Ramirez.
Myra Betsabe Chete. Analu A. Fernandini.
Crystal Ortiz.
Angie Michelle Aramayo. David Dantic. Eric Bozeman.
Zachary Sipos Arakelian.
Justin Hong.
Janet Powell.
Anthony Cobian. Jacqueline Bautista Ortiz. Joanna Elizabeth Alvarado. Christina Garcia Barraza. Jose Antonio Barraza.
Fabiola Perez.
Irina Harapetova.
Keep on walking. You're good. You're good.
Ellen Avagimian.
Keep walking. You're good. Thank you. Congratulations to you.
Anna Nazari.
You don't need to stop. You don't need to stop. You can just keep walking. You got it.
Narine Papian.
Yeah, you got it.
David De Guzman.
Victor Sanchez.
Hector Manuel Coronel. Marlon Lamont Baker.
Roberto Orlando Perez.
George Murad. Sumaya Nahar.
Elizabeth Yatarian.
Daniel Cohen.
James Velasquez. Kim Waters. Sydney Yasetta.
Malia Ferrara.
No, we're done.
Yasmin Danielle Ilchi.
Keith Fitzgerald.
Anthony Cardola.
Vina David Ramos. AJ Traslavinia. Rosemary Ramos. Carla Sanchez. Lilibeth Lupita Resendiz.
Christian Hueso Salgado.
Probably more like 10.
Cynthia Yvette Gamage. Jonelle Cummins.
The one with the sunflowers, she's the last one.
Bertha Galvin.
Brittany Page.
Hey, Matt, give the next one.
Elizabeth Maldonado
Hold on
Morales.
to that one. Okay. And slow walk it, baby. Slow walk it.
And our last student of the day.
Go ahead.
Sharon Yvonne Davis.
Perfect. Thank you.
Well, that was fun, right? I am now delighted to welcome Erin Goldberg, class of 2019, to officially welcome our graduates into the California State University Northridge Alumni Association.
I know everyone's ready to go, but I want to say good morning to everyone, And I want to welcome all of the graduates as a proud Matador to the CSUN Alumni Association of more than 425,000 Matadors across the globe. Give yourselves a round of applause. As an alumni, I am extremely proud, and we all here are proud, and the Alumni Association is proud of all of your accomplishments here at CSUN. Your horizon shines with possibilities, and the world needs the gifts that you have to share. You all are very talented, so be prepared to share those gifts. As you step into your future, please don't hesitate to reach out to your fellow Matador alumni. We are ready to help guide you as you navigate your post-graduation journey. And in turn, we invite you to stay forever connected to the university and the Alumni Association. So let me say this to finalize my speech. Congratulations, go Matadors, and welcome to the CSUN alumni family.
So it's that moment. Are you ready? I ask that all of the baccalaureate degree recipients please rise if you are able. In academic tradition, the student who has not yet earned a degree wears the tassel to the right of the mortarboard. When the degree is conferred, the scholar moves the tassel to the left and joins the select company of highly educated individuals. In recognition of your new status, would all recipients of the baccalaureate degree please move your tassel to the left? Friends, family, colleagues, and community members, with a click of my ruby red chucks, it is my great honor to present to you the class of 2024. To officially close the ceremony, I ask that faculty, staff, and CSUN alumni rise if you are able for our university alma mater. Hail to the Matadors. Under the musical direction of Brandon Mawahi and the Jazz A Band performed by Linda Melendez. If you do not know the words by heart, you can find them in your program. Once the alma mater has concluded, we ask that you please remain in your seats to allow the faculty to recess. This is an opportunity for us to demonstrate our gratitude for the faculty, their expertise, support, and inspiration that they have provided to our graduates. Congratulations once again, and remember, once a Matador, well done.